Video games. Video games. Video games. Video games. Video games is the highlight. Whenever you're bored that day and you have nothing to do, video games are the stuff you should do. You play so many video games on your Wii, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, or whatever console you have. Video games was basically the main source of playing and just coping with friends. And that's honestly how some people even made friends. Just talking and talking about video games. Like, you come up to this one guy and say, "Hey, did you beat that one level?" He was like, "Oh, not yet, but I'm close." Like, did we just become best friends? Best friends! And it was basically all of that. Video games was so popular back then. And nowadays, it still is. We are still playing video games to this day. And games are just so phenomenal. We had Minecraft, Sonic the Hedgehog, Baldi's Basics, Five Nights at Freddy's, and etc. But the one video game that was probably talked about the most when talking about video games is the Super Mario Brothers. It was basically a game where a plumber named Mario goes on an adventure with his friends, like mushroom that is called Toad, and a bunch of other mushrooms, a Yoshi that is a Yoshi. Okay, I'm not on crack. Okay, this is actually what happens in the game. Along with his brother Luigi, sometimes to say Princess Peach, eye contact, but and then they save it from this mean old turtle named Bowser. They basically go on a whole adventure to go to the castle in Bowser's castle to save Princess Peach and defeat Bowser, of course. And it's basically the main highlight. Back in the 19s, Mario was a hit. It was number one on the charts, and it's still talked about. While Super Mario is not as talked about as it used to be, it was still the main highlight. We got so many game franchises, even a movie, and lots of merch. Just Mario is a hit. But a lot of people consider last year the year for Super Mario. First off, we had the Super Mario movie, and that was really enjoyable. I saw it twice in theaters. No joke, that was probably the most last year was probably the movie I watched the most in theaters. I could have saw other movies I watched in theaters time to time at my house, but Super Mario was definitely the movie I watched the most in the cinemas. Also in that year, Mario's voice actor Charles Martinet, who has voiced Mario, no, I'm not kidding, for 42 years, finally retired and move on with his life to focus on himself and traveling the world. And honestly, I hope the best for you, Charles Martinet. You bring us so much joy to Mario, and while it's sad seeing him going away. His new voice actor's honestly not that bad. He actually sounds like Mario. He actually sounds like the good part. So Nintendo, you did a good job of finding a replacement. And there was one other thing. What could that be? I'm kind of forgetting. Oh yeah, it was the Super Mario Wonder game. The first video game to not feature Charles Martinet voicing Mario. And honestly, when I didn't see him at the credits, that was so shocking to me because I played so many Mario games and I always see his name at least in the credits. But seriously, this is what made Nintendo. Mario is the main reason why Nintendo is where it is today. And Super Mario Wonder is the latest Mario game as of this video being made. I don't know because alright, let's be honest. I'm not really too interested in Mario games as much as people say, but I still played them and I really enjoyed them, and I'm still a Mario fan to this day. And honestly, they did their justice. Super Mario Wonder was phenomenal. Compliments to the chef. That sounded kind of weird, but okay. But yeah, this game was phenomenal. It's basically, oh look, Mario and his friends go to some kind of kingdom just to rest. But Bowser's actually there to take down the kingdom since he tried to take over the Mushroom Kingdom lots of times, but he failed, and now just result him into actually taking over another kingdom. But surprise, surprise, Mario and his friends are there. They go on another wacky adventure to finally get to the castle to beat Bowser. And how was the boss fight? Okay, if I'll be honest, it's a little anticlimactic, the final part, aka Bowser, because I wouldn't say it's the first game ever where the boss fight was actually really intense. And I'm talking about the remake, since the remake to the original Super Mario Brothers was the, like, first ever Mario game I've ever played, and I kept playing it so many times as a kid. Nowadays, when I'm playing it, I don't really know the graphics that much, or the movements, or the controls, because I just haven't played it as much, because I have busy lives now. Like, I have a busier life, like, now, because our lives get busier when we are older, because, like, we have lots of lives to go through, lots of experience to do in life. But this game gives me chills. Like, there are so many new effects they put into this game, new features, and like new music. All of it was really joy to see. Now, I played this game for about 8 months, and you're probably wondering, how did it take this long? I know video games don't take this long, and I tried actually being it for the 2023 video game video review, but I didn't, and I was like, okay, no, it's fine. I'll just do it for 2024. Until I couldn't, and I eventually took break from Super Mario Wonder for a few months just because I've just been so busy. But eventually, sometime in the middle of this year, I returned back to the game, and I eventually fought it. And honestly, I didn't think my progress saved. I think I thought I would have to start all over again, but no, it was actually saved for about 3 or 4 months, and I was surprised. I kept playing every day, every night, up until I finally bet the game, and now I can focus on other video games. This game was phenomenal. The music was so good, the characters were enjoyable, the new features and the new plot was really good to see, even though it's basically your typical Mario video game, but there's not really much to do about Mario or nothing new to put in, so I can kind of expect that. Seriously, this game is phenomenal. Honestly, this deserves an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10, aka 4 out of 5 stars, or around 4 out of 5 stars. But this game is phenomenal. I really suggest playing this game when you have the chance, or if you can get this game, because this game is worth your money and worth your time. So yeah, now that I got this review video done, I can finally continue playing Luigi's Mansion 2 on the Nintendo Switch, and like Lego Undercover, which I will talk about in future videos, and of course for the 2024 year video game ranking. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all for another review video.